So in front of me is Cora's website, and we're on the home page. Her site is at coachcora.ca. She is a transformation coach, and she does some good stuff. So we've built her website, her and I. I did all the website stuff, helped her with some content, and she takes over her website. And going forward, she'll need to be able to add pages for her events. And so this video is both to show her how to do it as a tutorial, but also to give other people an idea of the Kadence theme, using WordPress, and making a page. Okay, so let's go to one of her existing pages, Soul Wisdom Retreat. This is an event she held, had people come over, and so here's a page with her details on the event, a headline and content, some photos, and content to sell her event. And there was a different footer there. So actually, let's start with a different page. Let's go to simply life coaching page. So okay, here's you can see it's similar as a header area with an image behind it, and a headline and content, a section about her, some more marketing content. Excuse that. Basically, a page of content. At the bottom, we have a call to action to get a free strategy session with her. So the main elements are the header, body content, and footer, or I should say call to action. The footer would be all down here. It's more of a footer. And the header would be the logo and the menu items at the top. This other bar across the top is nearly black, really, really dark gray. And that's when you're logged into WordPress. This utility bar shows it's a quick way to access the WordPress environment, the dashboard, basically. Okay, so we're going to create a new page as if she was going to have, let's say, another workshop. But we're going to base it on this page here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is edit this page so I can copy the guts of it over to a new page that we'll make as well. So I'm editing the life coaching page. And here it is. Here's the back end of the page, the editing environment. This is called Gutenberg, where it has these blocks. And you can move things around, and there's paragraph, text, and image blocks. And this is not a front end visual design area. This is not what you see is exactly what you get. This is a bit more raw in block form and different settings and a lot going on here that you can access. A lot of details, settings and positioning of stuff. This is it's essentially what it looks like, but it's not exactly. It's more of an editing environment. So in order to actually see this site page live, you'd have to preview it. And I like doing preview in a new tab so you can see it. There are a lot of popular front-end editors these days, like Divi and some other ones where you can just edit it on the front end. And as it is how you see it. You move things around. But it does have some contextual menus, I call them, where you can change settings around. But anyway, so this is a not a front end. This is a back end page editor. We'll call it that. But the Kadence theme is relatively new, and I love it because of its simplicity. Less is more, and it leverages the existing environment of WordPress without adding extra code or making it having you to learn a lot more new stuff. And a lot of it has to do with performance and speed of your website. So a lot of times WordPress can get stuffed up and slow with plugins and themes, and with so many different themes and plugins and different editing tools out there, you can like layer a whole bunch of things on top of each other. Many of them do the same thing. So it can get hairy. And what I like about the Kadence theme is simplicity, less is more, and performance. The website opens up fast, looks great on mobile devices, etc. But let's get back to editing this page. Here's life. Okay, so I'm editing the life coaching page, and I'm going to create a new page here. New page, and we're going to make a new, let's say, event, and we're going to call it, for the fun of it, I'm going to call it. So I had here, you add the title. I'm going to call it COVID recovery. I'm going to call it a retreat, actually. COVID recovery retreat for all the people who've been who battled and beat down and tired of all the COVID chat and worries and all this stuff, and need to take a break from that and refocus on, not let all that stuff take them over and just refocus. Let's say it was a COVID recovery retreat, and so that's the title. It goes there. Now, to get the same layout as the life coaching page, I'm going to go right into life coaching page, just copy the entire guts of it. So it's just like you were in Microsoft Word and you make a new Word document, you just copy everything over to a new one. So let me get, this is the little video edit tool for recording video, which I wish it didn't show up. Let me just get that. It's not part of WordPress. So back to here, this is the title. And if I click on this image here, with WordPress and Gutenberg, you have these blocks, and these blocks can be layered on top of each other. So if I go down to the bottom left of the browser, you can see the hierarchy of elements that I'm in right now. I've selected the title, or this heading, it's called Life Coaching. And you can see down in the bottom left, it says Advanced Heading. That's what that is, that block, which is part of a section, which is part of a row layout, and it's part of the page. So this row layout is a Kadence block. And so I'm going to click row layout just to select it. Once you click that, you select it. So if I actually go back in here, click the word life coach, and I click the word section, I get this section, and there are settings on the right I can change. Spacing and all kinds of stuff. If I click on this word life coach, if I click on this word life coaching and I click on advanced heading, well, it's already selected, and there are settings I can make an H2, H3, etc. Now, when I've designed this site for Cora, I've chosen a font. We've talked about her brand. We've talked about her message, her style, everything. So the image, the font choice have all been decided upon, and colors. So, so I'm going to click on row layout, and then I'm going to hold down the shift key and just press arrow down. So basically I have the first row layout selected, and I'm just going to push down on the arrow key and just keep pushing down and keep selecting all these things. Basically I've gone down and I've selected the entire page. So, when you select something and you hold the shift key and you move the arrows around, you can select more. You can expand that selection. Okay, so that's one way of selecting everything, and I can just do Command Copy and Command Paste, or if you're on a PC, Control Copy, Control Paste into the new page, which I will do. Command Copy. It even says 4 blocks copied to the clipboard. I will go to the new page. I will click inside this area. You can see the cursor blinking. I will do paste. Command V. Give it a second, and for all of that stuff is pasted. Okay, that's a lot of what we need to do. We have the header in here, so let's change. And then there's content which she can update, and then there's at the bottom the footer. The call to action. Now this call to action is a reusable block. So if I were to actually change this call to action, it would change everywhere else this reusable block exists on the site. So what I don't want to do is, change the call to action on the other pages, because the call to action for this event, for this COVID recovery retreat, is going to be worded a bit different than, let's say, her life coaching page. Okay. So we'll need to update that in a special way. So let me start at the top one by one. And first here, we'll go here and we'll call this COVID Recovery Retreat. Okay. And I will change the image as well. So I'm clicked into this COVID recovery retreat text. Again, go to the hierarchy in the bottom and click on row layout. Now, if you have the Kadence theme and your site is already built, you will have these rows in there. If you're just watching to see how Kadence works and how WordPress works, great. What I've set up here is a row layout. So I'm going to click on that. And one of the settings in the row layout, if you go to the right, these are all the settings for this block. On the right are background settings, and there's the image. I've also done a color overlay on this image so that it's not golden, that it's actually bluish. So I've done some advanced. I've done an overlay of a bit of blue so that it's blue. The gold would actually work with their brand because it's kind of blue and yellow. Blue and gold are kind of our colors. But I made it all blue for simplicity and for whatever reasons at the time I decided. Well, let's change this image. I simply just click edit image here. Let's pick another image that she has in her library somewhere. And if I had something related to COVID, that might be cool. Maybe people locked away or people getting together again, people reuniting. Any reuniting thing will probably be amazing. People reuniting and refreshing and getting together. It's loading a little slow here. Let me find a picture of anything COVID recovery, something that might be nice. If not, I'll just pick anything just for the sake of it. Let me try loading a bit more. See if she has anything good here I can quickly grab. All right, let's just say I grabbed this one. For the fun of it. Select. So now I have this image here, and I can position where the center of it's going to be. So let me just make it kind of a little bit more middle ground. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And let's leave it like that. There's actually, the overlay is still there from before. So what if I made that a little bit darker? Would that be better? To make the wording easier to read? And that white lettering on top of a background with a lot of people is a little bit tough to see. But let's leave it like that. And what I'll do is click on this COVID recovery retreat heading. And then the settings on the right will show there's a text shadow setting, which is already black. Nice if I can make it a bit bigger. I'm not sure if I can do that. Let's see. .50 blur. I'm not sure that's helping. I could overlay blue. Let me just make that a little bit darker, actually. Let's see. Where is settings? Oh, background. I'm going to go. So basically, I have to click on the row layout to get the overlay of the background. And let's just make it a bit darker. Here's the opacity. I'm just going to make it darker for readability. Is a radial. Let's just make it linear. Oh, there's a color dodge here that's causing it to not show. Let's just make it normal overlay. Okay, there we go. And let me drop this down here like this. You can see you can play with these color things. I want COVID recovery tree to be very visible while the background is not so much there. I could play with this more. For now, let's just leave it as is for the sake of getting this done. Okay, so there's the heading. I've updated the image and the text, the header, so to speak. Now, updating the copy is very easy to do. You just go in and change things. So I'm not even going to mess with that. If I do click in here, you can see this is a heading. If I click in here, this is just simply a paragraph. You see down here, paragraph. And if you're making a new page from an existing page, a lot of your layouts will be there. This is a 2-column layout. So you can that column and this column. Body copy will not be a big deal. But at the bottom, I have a special call to action block that I've created. And so I need to take this one with Kadence. Well, actually, it is not even Kadence. It's just Gutenberg. This is just WordPress. I'm going to change the block to simply, hold on a second. I'm going to convert it. I'm just going to click here and convert it to regular blocks. So that's no longer a reusable block, but just blocks. So basically, if I go down here and I click in the word free strategy session, and you look in the footer area to see the hierarchy, you see advanced heading for that your free session, strategy session. Then you see it's in a section, which is part of a row layout, which is part of a free session row, which is what the name of the reusable block is that I named. So I'm just going to take that thing and convert it to just regular blocks. So if I click that, now it's regular blocks. It's not a reusable block because if I click in here and I look at the hierarchy, it just says row layout. That free session thing is not there anymore, indicating that this is no longer going to affect other reusable blocks. This is just now it's just not yeah. So now it's just its own set of content. Okay, so I'm going to change this to register for the COVID recovery retreat now. Okay. Okay, let me just make it more like that. Okay, and there'll be some text here. And I can update this button too. Let me click on that button. And I will go in here and I will register now. And this should go to a page that allows them to register. Maybe you have an online, maybe it goes to a PayPal payment thing. Maybe it goes to another page with a contact form saying submit your information to register. And then maybe you follow up with a payment. You'll decide how you want them to take action on it. So here's the link. You just click this and update it. So I would just leave that as nothing for now. Okay, so now here's the call to action at the bottom of the page. And now it pertains to the page. And it's no longer the one that's used site-wide. Okay, and before I do publish this page, I'm going to click on the right, it says page. This gives you page settings. If this was closed, you just open up this little gearbox up here. And then you get the page or the block, depending on it. You can edit different things. So you click on page here. And there's something called a permalink. This is the permanent link that you'll see if you look at the website address. It'll be coachcora.ca slash, actually this page is, coachcora.ca slash, and here it would be COVID recovery retreat. And I'm happy with the way it's spelled. That looks good to me. You can tweak or change this. In fact, it's showing me what it looks like right here. And from that, I will just click publish and this page will be created. So let's do that. Am I ready to publish? Double check your settings, blah, 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 blah. It's visible. Publish immediately. I'm going to make it public immediately so you can see it. I can make it private only, visible to me when I'm logged in. That's fine as well. But let's just make it public. Again, no one's really going to go to this page unless you've put it in the menu or you've made a link to it or you shared it. So let's view the page now. And lo and behold, we have a new page called COVID Recovery Retreat. There's content. And then there's register for the COVID recovery retreat now. And there's a register button. And it looks consistent with the other pages. If I go back to the life coaching page, you'll see header, footer, etc. Life coaching, there's that. And the footer, it's still the right call to action that we had before. Okay. Let's go back to that page. And that's it. This is how you make a page with Kadence on WordPress by cloning an existing page. And in this site, it was built already, and of course, taking it over. I hope that gives you an idea of what Kadence and the blocks in Gutenberg and WordPress looks like. And there you have it. Okay. If you like this video, hit like. If you'd like to subscribe, I do put out videos from time to time on coaching websites and themes and stuff like that. My name is Ken Schroeder. And until next time.